everyone, I hope that you're all well. I don't really have a space to sit down just now just because I am repacking my hospital bag for me and baby. So I'm going to show you what I've got inside and let you have a look and see what I think that second time round you actually really need to have in with you when you are going in to have your baby. I'll show you everything I've got laid out on the bed. As you can see behind me, I can't really sit down just now. I was taking a couple of pictures there just so that I can show you on my vlog as well, and link everything so that you know where to get things from if there's something that you see that you'd quite like to get. So these are all the bits and pieces that I have got in my bag for going into labour and for baby. An absolutely amazing company called Kerikit London have asked me to be a brand ambassador for them. So I have the Joy bag in black, which is a rucksack style changing bag, and it is just amazing. This is real leather, and it's actually really substantial in size. I'm going to do a full review of this bag once I show you what I'm going to be keeping inside my changing bag, but I'm going to use this just now for putting in my things that I need for baby and the things that I'm going to need for labour, just because I think these are the things that I want to be easily accessible to just take in with me. So I'm going to then keep this bag in the car and have the bag with all of my coming out clothes and everything else that I need, like makeup and stuff like that. I'm going to just keep that in the house. And these are all the things here that I think I'm going to need. So what I'll do is I'll gather them up and I'll go through them one at a time so that you know what I have and why I think that second time round these are the things that you actually do need. Obviously there are maybe things I've forgotten, but you know what, that's life, and if there's anything that I have really forgotten that is crucial, then we only live like 10 minutes from the hospital. Fraser can go back and get the things that we need, either that or we can just go and buy them. It's really no big deal. You shouldn't be stressing when you're packing your bag, because all you need to be concerned about is that you can get yourself there in time to have the baby. Seriously, not how ridiculously gorgeous is this bag? It is stunning. I'm going to leave all the links that you can get one of these for yourself. It also comes in tan as well, and a sort of really nice light creamy colour, which I think you would love as well. So I've got the black, which is perfect. Like I say, I'll go into more depth in a review with this once I have had the baby, and I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to keep in it, like everyday sort of stuff. But yes, I'm going to use this to get all of my things for hospital in. And it is so gorgeous. Look, how stunning is that? So first of all, I'll just show you the things I'm taking in for baby. A couple of little tiny baby grows. These are so tiny in comparison to Ella's. Unbelievable. So these little vests are first size up to £9. But in past experience, that was the size that fitted Ella. She was £8.6, and I would say for a good few weeks these were the sizes that fitted her, was the first size. Everyone always tells you you'll buy up to a month. I'll be honest to you, in my personal opinion, you should buy a few smaller size items just to get you through the first few weeks, because see, when there's too much material, it actually makes your job so much harder, especially when it's your first time with a new baby and you're maybe a bit clumsy and don't really know what you're doing yet. It's actually easier to have less material and to have things fitting properly. So if you can afford to, just get a couple of first size items, or even smaller than that, because honestly babies are tiny when they're first born. So even when they say things like, oh, your baby was 8'6", she was still tiny. She was tiny. So just think they actually have to get out of there, so they're quite small, they're not massive. So I have got 3 of these with me, just because obviously if we're kept in for a couple of days and I can't get things washed, then we will need a few changes. People might think this is a bit of an unnecessary item, but the hospital provides you with all of your wipes. That's actually a lie, they don't give you wipes. It's cotton wool pads and water, and a top and tail bowl. So they give you nappies and they give you all of that stuff to clean and change your baby's bottom. But I'll be honest, sometimes I actually prefer to have my own stuff. So just in case the nappies in there, I don't really like them, it's always good to take your own with you, just so that you know you're going to like what you're using. So I have the, is it Mate, is that what you call them? Little organic nappies. Do you know what? I'm not really fussed that they're organic or not. I just like the fact that they have these little tiny love hearts all over them. How gorgeous is that? I know that they say that you should use a top and tail bowl and you should use cotton pads with water to clean your baby's bottom. Water wipes are the exact same thing. It's basically the same thing. This says here there's no perfume, there's no alcohol, there's no parabens, safe from day one, natural absorbent fibres, gently clean and protect, and it's the Huggies ones. These are £1 in Asda just now. I know you can get water wipes and I've never tried those specific ones, like that specific brand before, but these here just seem to be making life so much easier. The fuss of a top and tail bowl is crazy. We did it with Ella and I'll be honest with you, this time round I've just not got the time to be going away and getting rid of the cotton wool and then tipping out the water, cleaning that, sterilising it. No, these are going to be perfect. Water wipes, 56 in a pack, and I'm just going to be using these as well because, like I say, it makes life so much easier. The chances of baby having a sore bottom when they're first born is very unlikely, but just in case I want to maybe put a little bit of this on their clothes to help them sleep, I've got the Bloom & Blossom Baby Balm. I've already shown you in one of my review videos, so the scent is what I was looking for, so yeah, just maybe I put a little bit on his clothes. To be honest with you, it might even be helpful for me to have that nice scent after I've given birth. So I'm going to take this with me as well. It's just a little jar of sort of baby balm cream that you can use on their bottoms, safe from day one as I say, and on their cheeks as well. Ella actually had baby acne, so that might be something worthwhile using this time round if he has acne as well. So yeah, I'm going to take it with me anyway. I probably won't need it, but just in case, it's always good to have it in the bag. The next thing that I'm taking with me for him is this little sheep. I picked this up in Primark and it was only £3. The winning formula to get Ella for a nap was this over her face like that, just sort of slightly on her face, plus a dummy and a tiny touch of like Dentinox or baby teething gel. That on a dummy and then this over her face was always the winning solution, and she would be sleeping in like 2 minutes. I want to introduce this early. I don't want to be pushing the whole my comforter toy thing and it's as if you can't ever get it away from them because it's an association thing, but associations don't always mean that it's a bad thing. If your baby knows every time that it's getting this little comforter or whatever their toy may be that it's time for a nap, that's a good thing. It's giving them signals to know this is now time for me to be going to sleep. So yeah, you'll read a lot of conflicting information online about whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but past experience tells me that it worked with Ella. We had a comforter toy, we had little signals that she knew when it was time for a nap, and yeah, this will be cute to stick in with him as a little comforter, and to be honest with you, the size of it may end up being a blanket for him as well. I'm going to be taking a couple of sleep suits with me as well, including this absolutely beautiful sleep suit from Magnet Mouse London. Once he's here, I'm going to show you how this actually works, but basically there aren't any buttons on it, it's all magnetic little poppers. So when you've changed your baby and you've actually popped them into this sleep suit and their feet and their arms are in, you basically just like do that and it closes itself. It's so handy and saves you all the poppers and whatever else. I think it's also really handy for dads as well who don't know how to put them on properly. So it is like a foolproof, it basically fastens itself for you. I'll be leaving the link to Magnet Mouse London below so that you can go and have a look. They're 100% organic, it feels so soft. It has this gorgeous sort of feather design on it with tiny little mice as well, and it's just so perfect and beautiful. It's got a lovely little collar on it as well, so it looks nice and dressy for him. So yeah, I'm going to stick him in this, but yeah, I'm going to show you how that works because it is just an ingenious design. It makes life so much easier for mums and for dads. I've also picked up this little coming home outfit from Zara. So I've got this sort of knitted jumper that has a star on it. It's really plain, it's just sort of cream as you can see, and it's got buttons on it as well, so it's long sleeved, and I've also got the matching little leggings. These are in the first size, and I've also got a hat as well that's coming from Me Loves. You'll have seen Ella wearing them before on Instagram. They're doing these tiny little, I think it's part of their cashmere collection, and it's these tiny little hats with the huge kind of fur pom-pom on them. So he's going to be wearing that. It's not here yet, but that'll be going in the bag as well, so we can just pop that in with us. And obviously these little leggings and that jumper. and then I'm just kind of keeping a neutral theme with his outfit. I'm not really big on blue, that might change obviously when he's here, but I really like neutral colours on boys. So my mum picked this up when Lidl had their baby and toddler event. So it's the Pure Collection by Lupilu, I think that's how we're saying it. I think that's how we say it. So it was quite nice because the brown buttons that are on this match the brown buttons that are on here, and it's just a little jumper. It's in the size 0 to 1 month. It looks quite big, it does look quite big, but I can just roll it up, and the fact that it is a little coat for him going home, or a little jumper, cardigan, whatever, I can kind of afford it to be a bit bigger anyway, so that's fine. So that's pretty much everything we have for baby. You don't really need to take a lot in for them. Obviously that means that he's only got 2 sleep suits, but this is my second baby, so I'm hoping they're not going to keep me in for any longer than a day, a few hours. I don't really want to be in the hospital for a long time, so I'm hoping that by taking less things it means that I just get to go out quicker. But on to the things that I have for myself. When you go to hospital, you want to get yourself a nice big oversized nightie, like a proper granny's nightie. I got this one from Primark and it is the exact same one I used the last time. It's £4.50 from Primark. It's massive, I can't even get it in the frame. So it is basically just a t-shirt nightie. It sort of goes below the knee, or well, where is that going to go on me? Yeah, so it goes sort of below the knee. It's not the most attractive thing in the world, but once I was done with mine I literally binned it, because obviously goes without saying it can get quite messy, especially when baby's delivered onto you. Like I got her delivered onto my chest, and this one's good because it unbuttons here as well, so I just got Fraser to unbutton this so I could do skin to skin right away. Wearing a t-shirt that's like up to here, the same as like what I'm wearing, is no good if you're wanting to do skin to skin, because you need to try and whip it off as soon as you can. This is great because it unbuttons, so you can have even all the buttons undone, and if you're wanting to try and keep your modesty, which I would advise that you don't, because you're basically get everything else out, so why not just have this unbuttoned? I would get one of these from Primark. It's only £4.50 and it'll make you feel nice and fresh. The thought of wearing a hospital nightie or shirt, whatever it is that they call it, absolutely gives me the bulk. It'll make you feel a little bit better when you're in labour as well, knowing that you have your own things. That was one of the things I found really helped me with my labour with Ella, which I really enjoyed. I'll be honest, I actually am looking forward to going into labour, because my experience with Ella was so good and so positive that it's like I couldn't wait to do it again, obviously because I'm now having another baby. But yeah, having your own things makes a difference, because you don't feel as if you're totally out of your comfort zone. For afterwards, I can't believe I'm about to show these on camera. Okay, I'm about to show these on camera. These are my hospital pants. They're absolutely horrendous. They're like proper Bridget Jones style pants, but in case I need to get a section, like I say, you always need to have that in your mind. You might potentially have a scar in your tummy, and see, even just for the pure comfort, these ones go up to like your belly button. They're like high-waisted pants. So I got these ones from Primark again, like seam-free material, so they're like mega stretchy, like look at that. These came in a pack of 3, so I've got the other 2 pairs in my bigger bag. But yeah, that material is the best material to use, and I cannot believe that I have just shown you my underwear for the next few weeks after I give birth. That is horrendous. You can get disposable maternity pants, but I wouldn't advise you to, because they're paper. I don't ever imagine paper pants are ever going to be comfortable. The thought of wearing paper pants, does it not sound a bit odd? I don't know, maybe it's just me. Another thing that you're going to need when you're in labour are socks. Your feet get freezing. I don't know what happens, but it's like the circulation doesn't really go to your toes anymore, and sometimes your feet can feel really numb, your toes can feel freezing, and obviously your legs are out of the covers, there's no cover on you. So I got these ones from Primark, and it was just these little frilly ones, just little girly ones. The reason why I buy these is because Fraser and I have an ongoing feud in this house of whose socks are whose. I'm doubting he's going to claim these as his. So trainer socks wise in the house, I need to buy little girly ones as if I'm like, I don't know, going into primary school. So these ones are for going into labour. I've also got the other ones in the bag. I think it's a pack of 3 or 4. So I have got these on. I'm taking my slippers with me as well, but I like to have socks on too, because the thought of being in a hospital bed with no socks on kind of freaks me out. Although they have it in the hospital, I would recommend that you take in a hand sanitizer, because when you're handling your new baby, you just don't want to risk anything. Like, you want to feel as if you're nice and clean and that you're not having any germs in your hands. This was just from Home Bargains. I think it was like less than £1, so pick up one of these. That is going to be your best friend, and then you can keep that in your changing bag once your baby's born. If you thought this was your time now to stop your twice a day ritual of putting on body butter and stuff, don't do it, because you can still get stretch marks after you've given birth. The extra skin and sort of obviously this kind of deflates, so you're almost left with like a kind of empty bag. That's what it feels like. It does go back. Don't freak out when you give birth and you see your big paper bag of a tummy. All I would say is make sure you're still using your body butters or your sort of anti-stretch mark creams, because you've got that extra skin, it can move and stretch and kind of, this sounds horrible, but get caught as you're sleeping and turning over and stuff like that. So I'm going to be taking with me my Bloom & Blossom anti-stretch mark cream. You've already seen this in my review video that I've done with Bloom & Blossom, and also the mother and baby oil. I probably won't be putting this on baby, but yeah, I'll definitely need it for myself. And I'm going to just use that all over my tummy and just usual places that you would put your anti-stretch mark creams on. But yeah, do not think that you have managed to skip getting stretch marks because you've kept your routine up from when you found out you were pregnant, because you can still get them postpartum and no one tells you that. So just make sure you're keeping up with your little skincare routine. Because I'm going to be breastfeeding, I have got a nursing bra that I just picked up from Primark. This is like a really nice material. Nursing bras are really expensive, and I was really pleasantly surprised to find this in Primark. I'm sure it was £10 for 2. It looks like a hammock. It's a silvery colour, so it's quite neutral. It means it can go underneath things and you're not going to see it coming through. There's no crazy designs on it or anything. So that's the ones that just clip here and then pop open and then your boob just appears. I got the non-wired ones because unfortunately I don't think I've read up on it that you actually need to have a proper bra after you've given birth. See, regardless of whether you are breastfeeding or not, you need to make sure that you've got a soft bra with no underwire, or at least the underwire that fits properly. I was wearing just a regular bra that I was wearing before I was breastfeeding, and once your breasts go engorged with all the milk, obviously your bra then doesn't fit you, so it's too tight, and you've got like little sort of passages where all your milk goes, like all round underneath your sort of breast area where the underwire of your bra sits. And because mine didn't fit properly and it was far too tight, I was actually causing a blockage of milk, and it led to, what do you call that again? Mastitis, that's what it's called. I knew it was something itis. And honestly, it was so painful. I felt as if I had a fever. I was so shivery all the time. It was absolutely dreadful. So please do not do the same mistake that I did, because you will feel lousy. You'll feel as if you're actually got like the weirdest fever you've ever had. My boob was shaped like a square. Like honestly, it was so painful, because I had this big massive blockage of milk that then went infected and whatever else. And the worst part is you've still got to breastfeed through it, because that's the only thing that fixes it. That and like an antibiotic thing that fixes it. So honestly, get a proper breastfeeding bra, get something nice and soft like this, and do not wear something underwired because it is so painful. If you've ever had mastitis before, you will totally understand where I'm coming from, because it is just not worth it. While we're on the subject of breastfeeding, another thing that I'm going to pack with me is something that I found so invaluable when I was breastfeeding with Ella. It is from a company called Baby Chic, which my mum found on Amazon. It is basically just an apron. It's all kind of crushed because it's been in that bag, so I'll probably end up ironing that because I want everything to be perfect. So you just put it on like this, and it's got this sort of boned part here, so I can see in and look and see everything right down to my tummy, but when you're sitting next to me you can't see anything. And it's got all this material here, so it basically looks as if you're about to start cooking. Right now I have my bra out and you can't even see it, so this breastfeeding apron or cover, I think that's what they call it, is coming with me just in case we're in the hospital and I want to have the curtains open. I don't think this time round I'm going to be as nervous when I'm feeding. Towards the end of my sort of breastfeeding experience with Ella, I was definitely much more confident and would just basically have the boob out. Didn't really care. So yeah, I will take that just to protect my modesty. It's not really the fact that I feel uncomfortable, I would just hate to think that like any of the guys in my family felt a bit weird, not about me breastfeeding, I don't mean that, because they won't, they'll think that's just normal, but it's a weird situation to sit out with your breast out when your dad's there. Like, I don't think that's really, it's not that it's inappropriate, but my dad doesn't really want to see my boob, does he? Let's be fair. So yeah, I really have that, not for really my benefit, but just for everyone else's, so no one feels weird about me sitting with my boobs out. Although I don't think that they're like sexualised in any way when I'm actually feeding, because I just think that they're there for a purpose. I just don't want anyone else feeling a bit uncomfortable, that they don't really know where to look. As soon as I put that on before, everyone was just chatting to me normally and whatever else, so it really does make a difference. And it wasn't that expensive, I don't know how much it was, but it was maybe about £20, and it'll just make life so much easier. If you're wanting to breastfeed but you're just a bit kind of nervous about doing it in public, you are completely covered, no one can see in, unless they were to come and have a peek like my nephew used to do. He used to have a little peek in and see what was going on, which was quite cute. But I will be taking that with me in my bag as well, and then it'll just stay in there for when he's born. I also have this little bag of things with me as well that I might not need either. So just in case, I've got a couple of hair bands just to tie my hair back. The last time when I had Ella in the hospital, what I did was I had my hair like this. Just normally I have my hair sort of tousled like that, just because it's the quickest way for me to do it. And then what I did was I kind of put my hair up, grabbed it in a pony, and then see where the curls are going, the direction that the curls are going, I just sort of twisted it like this and then wrapped it around, and then just have had it in a bun. It's not the most attractive look, I think I did have it further up on my head, but it means that it's off your face, and it means that you can obviously have your baby and everything, your hair's not getting all sweaty off your neck or whatever else. I had my hair up like this, and then it meant that when I took it down, after I'd had her, it was all still in position for me getting pictures or whatever else. And when people come up to the hospital, they were like, have you just went and done a blow dry in your hair? But no, I did it before I went in, which obviously I would need to know in advance, because that the only reason why I had it like that is because I was scheduled in to get induced with Ella, so I knew that I could just do my hair like that before I went in. I know your hair is like the least of your worries when you're having a baby, but do you know what, you want to feel good after you've had them, you don't want to feel any more crappy than you already do. I'm also taking in my Lansano Lanolin nipple cream. How glamorous is that? You don't need to remove this once your baby is going to feed. So I needed to use this the first time round because, like I've already told you in a blog post, no one tells you breastfeeding's sore, it is painful. Even when you are doing it right, it's painful. So don't let that put you off, I'm just being honest with you, it is quite sore, so to have that makes such a difference. I remember it being a total godsend. It's like £10, it is quite expensive. I've also got this spray from the Natural Birthing Company. It smells kind of funny. It is, now that it says orange, it is actually quite orangey. So basically it's a cooling body spritz, so I thought that when I'm in labour, before I felt as if I wanted to splash water on my face, but I think just spraying this and then the scent will make me feel so much better. So I picked that up a little while ago, I think it was about £5 from Boots, so I'm going to take that in with me. I'm going to take in some chewing gum as well for afterwards, just because I remember with the gas in there, my mouth felt really disgusting afterwards, but not that I would want to sit and eat something, because you do feel a little bit sick afterwards. So I'm going to take in a packet with me. When you're in labour as well, your lips get really dried out just with the breathing constantly in and out, using the gas in there and everything else. So with all that kind of breathing, it really dries your lips out. So I get this really cute little balmy lip balm from Primark, and if you just twist it open, it's just like that, so it means I can just quickly throw it on. don't get anything like Vaseline, see something you then need to put on your finger and everything. Depending on what you're taking for pain relief, you could be totally out of it and just not really know what you're doing. So at least like that, your partner can kind of throw that on for you, or you can do it yourself. But yeah, I'm taking that with me, and I thought the blue was a nice colour just because obviously I'm having a boy. I've just told you what I would be doing with my hair with the hair bands, but just in case we don't have time to do that, I need to just quickly throw it up in its phrases. It maybe has to do it. I've got this clip with me, and I've also got my own sanitary products. So I've got my own maternity pads in there, because I think the last ones in the hospital, they were enormous and they were very uncomfortable. So although you can get ones in there, like I say, I just prefer to take my own with me. So I've got more in the big bag, but just one in this bag for after I've delivered. And I've got 2 breast pads as well, which I'm probably not going to need, but just in case by that point my boobs are really engorged or whatever and the milk's maybe come in, just because it's a second baby, I thought best just to take them just in case. So they're in a little bag which I also got from Primark. It was part of a 3-piece set. This is the smallest one. The only thing that I have missing from that is I've actually got a cup that my mum picked up for me from Maternal, and it's just one of those sort of plastic container cups with the straw that comes out it. So I'm going to take that in with me as well, because it's all very well going and picking up water, but at the hospital it's so expensive, and they have water machines on site anyway. So just to pick up a plastic bottle with you, just so that you can obviously take in some water. A straw is so important because, like I say, depending on the pain relief that you're taking, you might not be able to even use a bottle. You might just need to sip on a straw because you'll be so high in the gas and air that you might not even be able to drink from a bottle. I'm going to take that with me as well. That's the only other thing that I've missed out from that bag. I'll be putting all of that in my Kerikit London bag, which I cannot wait to use. It smells amazing, see, because it's real leather, it smells so good. And we've got tons of pockets in here, so I don't want to really give a lot of it away because I'm going to give you a full kind of show off of this beauty further down the line. But yeah, it is gorgeous. So I'm going to pack all my things that I've just shown you into here, and that should be me for labour and for the baby. So in my suitcase I've got my notes, which I should probably keep in the smaller bag, but I don't want to bash them. I got a little folder for mine because my other ones get absolutely wrecked. I'm probably not going to need all of these, so I don't think I'm going to take them all in, but I've got more nappies as well, just in case. Again, I'm not going to need all of these, but I'm going to take some of them out, but I'll show you the packaging that it comes in, just so in case you want to pick up the same one. So you just dispose of these once you're done. You can get ones that you wash, but I don't know, I think that you're just better getting these ones you can throw away. It's so much more hygienic, it's handier, and it's what I did the last time, so it worked for me last time. Definitely get disposable ones in my opinion. And another glamorous product we have here, so that's the maternity pad, again from Boots. I also used Home Bargains ones last time as well, and they were just as good. There's only 10 pads per pack, which is a joke considering you need them for like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. But yeah, they're quite expensive as well, which is annoying, but one of these things, isn't it? Clothing wise, I've got a pair of pyjamas from Next. It's just these little leopard print ones. They are long trousers, full length trousers that have a cuff at the bottom, so I got these as a Christmas present. I'm going to take them in with me as well. They're a size medium, which might be a bit ambitious after a baby, but yeah, so I've got them, and I've got a long sleeved top that goes with it as well. So they're just leopard print, they're nice and soft, and like I say, they are from Next. I've also got another pair of pyjamas as well, which are these little grey bottoms. They're nice and stretchy, from Primark, and these were £6. They're a size large, and they've got a bit here that you can kind of pull in the waistband. But yeah, after you've had a baby, you want things to be nice and loose on you. And to go with that, I've got this slouchy top, again from Primark. It's massive, it's just white, and it was £2.50. I picked up that as well to go with those pyjamas. It didn't actually have a top to go with it, which really annoys me about Primark. They sell things that don't have matching items to go with it, so I had to pick up that top, which you probably wouldn't know that didn't go with it, but I had to go searching for it. So I think 2 pairs of pyjamas is absolutely fine. That's all you're going to be wearing in hospital anyway. That, or even if you wanted to wear like a kind of jogging suit. I've also picked up this lovely wee house coat. It's a sort of nice light dressing gown. The hospital is really warm when I was in it, so I picked up this nice light blue colour because I'm having a boy, and it was £10 from Primark. It says it's blue marrow, and I just got this in my normal size. This is a sign of what's to come. It's like a really nice cosy material. It's cosy enough that it feels warm, but it's light enough that I'm not going to be roasting. A toweling type of dressing gown in the hospital is such a bad idea. If your hospital is anything like ours, it is roasting. So yeah, I would suggest that you just get something nice and light just to throw on to make you feel a bit more comfortable if you're walking about the ward. I've also got another nursing bra, another 2 pairs of pants, and I've got another 2 pairs of socks as well, like I just told you. I've also got my coming out of hospital outfit. So I just picked up this little sort of shift dress from Primark. It was only £13, but I got it in a bigger size than I would normally buy, just because I don't know what size I'm going to be once he's out. So it's just a sort of shirt dress, and it comes sort of below the knee, and I thought just that with a pair of tights. The best tights that I can find in Primark are these soft, opaque, 100 denier. I got them in a large as well. There's only one pair in it and they're £2.50. The soft opaque with the lycra for perfect fit, because they actually go all the way up to here and they hold you in, so they're really comfortable. They kind of mould to the shape of your body, and you can wear them loads and loads of times. They wash really well as well. They're more like really thin leggings. They're great, so I'm going to wear those and that wee dress and a pair of boots coming out of hospital, and just my normal coat. It's got a belt with it, but I can hardly imagine I want to show off any waist once he's been born. Like I said before, that little plastic bag has got 2 other parts to it. So the middle-sized bag has got my makeup in it, so I'm just going to take all of it, because do you know what? I've got space for it. It's not as if it's like you're going on holiday and you've got a certain luggage allowance. I'm going to just take everything, because there's nothing worse than going somewhere, especially makeup wise, and you go, oh, I wish I had that with me. I'm taking in everything that I would use in my normal daily routine. So I've got foundation, I've got all my brushes, I've got highlighter, I've got powder, I've got my contour kit, I've got my lip liner, I've got my aftershave balm that I've been using as a primer, which by the way is really good. And I have got, what else? 2 lipsticks, and it's so good because I can see all in these. It means that you don't have to go rummaging. So what I've done is I've put all of my stuff that I'm going to need in there, and then I'm just keeping it in the drawer, and as soon as we need to go, I've written a list of things that we still need to put in the bags, and that's on the list. So we need to take the makeup bag and put it into the hospital bag, but for now it's sitting in the drawer, and that'll be it away. So in my toiletry bag, I'll just show you what I have. Dry shampoo will be your best friend. Take dry shampoo with you. I didn't want to go in and wash my hair and dry it and everything else after I'd had a baby, so I washed it beforehand and then used dry shampoo for a day, and then I was out the next day anyway. So take some dry shampoo with you. I've got deodorant, which is obviously just a must. I've got the dreaded face wipes, which any beauty bloggers watching this just now are going to be going, oh, why have you got face wipes? But do you know what? When you are in hospital, you have not got time, or you maybe can't be bothered doing your full cleanse, tone and moisturise situation. So for a few days this will be fine, just to take my makeup off. I've got some shaving foam. Doubt I'll even care about shaving my legs or anything, so I've got it with me anyway, and I've also got a razor. I know that I've just said that I don't really want to wash my hair, but just in case I actually have to stay in, I just picked up just this little Intense Repair shampoo and conditioner. So it's just the little travel size ones. I picked these up in Superdrug, I think it was, and it was 3 for £3. So I then picked up this little travel size Listerine Total Care, which will come in handy for going overnights and things like that. I also have my favourite brush with me, which is this one by the Sleep In Rollers company. So I'm going to take that with me as well. I've got my toothbrush, and I've got this little clip on the top of it for just keeping it nice and fresh. I picked up some Colgate as well from Primark. Their little travel size area is really good if you're looking for things. So I picked that up, it was 90p. Also have a shower puff as well, so I can really give myself a good wash. I picked Snow Fairy up from my friend Daly, who went in and had her baby a couple of months ago, and she said that once she'd had him and she could smell the Snow Fairy when she was washing herself, It was literally the best thing ever. So I've got some of this as well, which I was given as a Secret Santa gift, along with the Snow Fairy body conditioner as well. So just to make myself feel better, I have my 2 favourite scents with me as well, so I can use those once I've had him. So that's everything that I've got in my hospital bag. I hope that was really helpful for you. I'm going to do a full blog post on this as well and give you links to where everything's from, so that if you're looking to pack your hospital bag, you know all of the things that I think are essential that you need to take in with you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm so glad that I've managed to get it recorded before he comes along, because I just had a funny feeling I wasn't going to get it recorded and uploaded by now. So I'm glad that I've managed to do it. Thanks so much for watching again. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It would really make my day. It's totally free, and once you have subscribed, if you click the bell at the side, it means you will get a notification anytime I upload a video, so you won't miss anything that I put online. Thanks so much again for watching, and maybe the next time that I am uploading, it might be my labour video. We never know. So thanks again guys, and I will speak to you soon. Bye!